You're correct. We do not have a policy that you can only post things which are true on Facebook.
And the reverse of that is, even if something is shown to be false, your policy does not require it to be taken down.
It depends. Okay. If it's shown to be false, for instance, through a court process and we get a court order,
right,
then we can and will respect that court order.
Okay, so that's helpful.
So there's an interesting question about who determines what is false
so
and
that
what
is
is
helpful.
true.
So if there is a court order, you will take down falsehoods?
If we get a court order telling us that something is locally illegal, we will act on that court order.
That wasn't my question. Let's keep to the specifics. If you get a court order that something is false, will you take it down?
If we get a court order telling us that something is locally illegal, we will take it down. That's as far as I can go.
That's as far as you can go. So if fake or falsehood is defined as illegal, then you will be prepared to comply with the court order.
We respect local law and will address it.
Now, of course, courts can only act based on legislation. You realize that?
I do realize that, and I understand
Right.
where you're heading.
I did say many times that you're a very smart person. Now, do you not realize then that the natural and logical conclusion based on your policy that you will not yourself take down falsehoods unless there is a court order, combined with the fact that court orders can only be given pursuant to legislation, means that if a state wants falsehoods to be taken down, that can only be done through legislation vis-a-vis Facebook.
I understand.
So you know, right? You knew all along.
I understand why you reached that logical conclusion. What we are respectfully suggesting is that
That word respect again.
So the only time I've used it, respectfully suggesting that defining that law. And in particular, figuring out where do you draw the line in terms of really understanding what is a deliberate online falsehood as opposed to a non-deliberate online falsehood, or and there's a range of other things. And I know in terms of some of the expert witnesses you've had, including Carol Soon, who've talked about this incredible, this really quite broad spectrum of the types of things we're talking about here. How you define in law, and that's clearly a matter for you. We know you are more expert than us on this. How you define in law what is a DOF compared to what is not, we think is tremendously difficult. And therefore, hence our view that we're skeptical about that. But that doesn't mean we're therefore not doing anything about it.